Welcome to the Trading Lounge. I'd love to share with you the trade I made today on my journey to 100K, where I try to take this small account to $100,000 as fast as possible as a rookie day trader. Started this journey back in December, been kind of slowly churning along as I learn and grow from my experiences and having conversations with people in the community. And happy to say today we are green. Small green, but green nonetheless. First off, this is the scanner that I'm using today. It is Charts Watcher. All of the stocks I traded today, I technically only traded one for the challenge, and then I was doing a little bit of testing on another one, but we showed up on this scanner. I have enjoyed this scanner. It's got a nice running up scanner for my penny stocks, small cap top gainers, running up, high of day momentum, and this is where my quotes are and my news. And then right here, you'll see where I have my rules for the week. And I did break the rule a little bit today, but in my mind, did we follow the rules entirely? No. Is that okay? I think so in this scenario, because in my mind, I kind of want to trade up to $10, but I'd set it to $8, but I felt comfortable in this trade. So we'll get to that in just a second. But here are the rules for anyone who might not be following along as of late. I will make these a little bit bigger. And so we got low float, anything under 20 million, less than 10 million, definitely under 5 million. Breaking news that we had breaking news today on the stock I traded. The initial breakout with volume. So the first couple legs up with some volume. The price $1 to $8 unless it's very clear. Today it was very clear. So technically I didn't break my rules because the stock I traded was clearly a stock that everyone had their eyes on. One of the stocks everyone had their eyes on. So entry was the first candle to make a new high after a pullback. At least I think it was. I have to remember which one it was. And then no trades right at 4 a.m. No trades right at 4 a.m. I think I'm going to change. I think, like right now, I'm going to type this in, and we're just gonna see what happens here. No trades right at 4 a.m. No continuation trades. No continuation trades. Continuation trades. We want to talk about that. So let me save this. And I don't know if I want to make that say what? Sure. No. Let's just no. File, save. What am I doing here? All right, thanks. All right, we're going to move this off the screen. Those are our rules. The stock that I traded today was CLNN. So you can kind of see right up here, I have a profit of today of $28.74. It was $32.78, but I wanted to do some little kind of stuff after the bell, some halt kind of trade type stuff, and just doing that with really, really small size. And I kind of call those trades a wash. I'm in and out, risking maybe $5 or something, and not really counting those, although maybe I should, but I don't want to switch to the sim. My bindings are all set up. Like it's not an easy way for me to switch to the simulator and use my bindings because my bindings in Dash Trader they're set to this specific account. So I don't know. I guess I could do it to where like I'm manually clicking, buy and sell in the sim, and these down here for the sim, and I can just change my account right here to the sim account. But anyway, so needless to say, the stock I traded was where are you? CLNN. Let's pull that up real quick. CLN. Oh, hold on. Yeah, CLN. We'll go there first. We'll go there first. And I traded this right here. We'll make this big. It's pretty easy for me to remember where it was here, because what happened here, as this hit the scanner, I got the notification really early. The volume profile is just really not that great, but right in here is kind of where I'm waiting and I'm watching. I'm like, okay, if it goes over this number, I could, potentially, be in this thing. And it was just kind of hovering. Then all of a sudden, you're down here where this volume right here is only 56K. And the next one is 274K. So I'm kind of just watching this area, thinking maybe if something happens here, I'll take a trade. And it just shoots right by me because I just honestly wasn't expecting it. There was nothing. And the one thing about the scanner I'm using is that I kind of get the notifications early. And so now I actually made a note to go review this candle. I did it on a couple things today. This candle, I record all my trade. Well, usually record all my trades. And then there's another candle on another stock. And I'm like, I just want to go back and take a look at the tape and the spread and everything that's going on. and see if I can get a better feel of when that volume starts to creep in. Obviously, if the tape is green and it's moving faster, volume, I get that. But I need to really be ready for that to capitalize on it. So I actually entered in kind of extended, right? So the next entry for me would be the top of here. So I was waiting for it. That's fine. So, whatever the high of that candle is where I got in. And as soon as this candle opened and went beyond this candle, I got in and took a quick little profit for however many dollars it was, $32.78. And I went in with, I think it was $1,500 of buying power. I have to go back and take a look or something along those lines. What is my binding set to right now? Actually, we just go take a look. 1,500. But the problem is the stock was just priced so high. I couldn't really get I would have to go in with more money to really see a better return there, I guess. But that's fine. I'm happy with, $32. Great. And then CNSP right here. I was watching this one all day. You can see all the lines on my screen. I actually traded this just a little bit in here, kind of in this zone as I was trying to see if it would go up into a halt. And I think one was a loser and one was a winner. But I was literally just I wasn't going to risk more than $5. So we'll leave that as is. But the one thing about this stock is this is the one everyone has their eyes on, right? So this one is up. Where are you at? This one is up 323%. That's I just blocked it out, but 330 some percent today. This is the one everyone has their eyes on. The issue with this stock for me this morning was that it kicked off right at 7 a.m., which is against my rules. And so now I'm this has happened a couple times now in the last week. And I set this up the last week and a half or so because I set this up 2 weeks ago because I did continuation trades and I lost. They were both overextended. And I just was setting myself up to not fail again. But here I'm okay. As long as it fits all of the criteria, should we be opening it up? Because I would have loved to have traded this. I watched this fly by. This thing opens up, pretty good volume, and then this is where I would have wanted to go in. What is this? This level. This level is basically $5-ish. This candle opens up, dives down, whatever it does. I'm not exactly sure exactly what it did, but at some point in time, it crosses this line, and I'm a buyer. And it goes from $5 up to $6.50. That would have been nice, And then I just decided because at this point now it's the way I kind of think it's more of a continuation trade. But at some point in time, because I didn't get this initial pump, at some point in time I got to start thinking about it more this is the stock everyone has their eyes on, and let's start looking at how we can make money off of this. And so I actually was watching this entire time, I was watching kind of this little section here to see kind of how people would respond, and it ran up, to $9, and I didn't get in. And then it goes sideways for quite some time. And then right here, it starts to make another rally. And, I'm some of these things I don't really understand. Why this candle all of a sudden of all the candles does it just everyone decide they want to jump in, It's the weirdest thing, but I'd marked off a couple of these high of days, seeing if could go above those levels, and then there was another spot down here that I was really watching right here for this section right here. I'd marked off this line right here across here, this zone, and as this thing was kind of going down to VWAP and bouncing off VWAP the entire time, if it bounces off VWAP and goes over what I had deemed, whatever this line is. Then maybe something kind of cool could happen here. And it did. Once it moved past this line, it shot right up to kind of this section right here, and then it did it again. It was just really good action here as far as curls and whatnot, or whatever you want to call all these. This is another one I had marked off right here. No, that wasn't it. But I was kind of looking for more a VWAP action here, and it just didn't get it. That's fine. But this thing, if you look at this thing, all eyes were on the stock. My eyes weren't. My eyes were on it, but I wasn't buying. I wanted to buy this section right here, but the reality is there's a nice pullback right there with a jump, and then there was multiple retests of the high of the day or the high of these dips, I guess you could say. I don't really know what the terminology is for that, but kind of this section right here, that section right there, does it again right here, does it again right here. There's multiple opportunities to get in and get some cash. And I just, at this point, it's kind of outside of my price range that I'm comfortable with without having some kind of catalyst. And I do want to get there. I want to get to a point where I can trade some of this stuff. And I was really looking for these things, And I think on CLNN, there was a VWAP trade I was really looking at right here. So this stock I was actually looking at, I missed this entry, got in here, probably got a little lucky, but I followed my rules, got in, got out, and then right here I saw this hammer candle, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like maybe I'll get in here. I said something in Discord, and the comments were like, it's under VWAP. Good catch. I wasn't really thinking about that at the time. I was just kind of like, okay, here's a hammer candle here. So, and then it went from whatever that is. I mean, it definitely climbed up quite a few bucks, or not quite a few bucks, but a little bit, 762 up to 795. That's 30 cents. And then I took my eyes off it for just a second. I don't know if I would have traded it, but I was waiting for this VWAP, break a VWAP. And it broke VWAP and basically just shot right through it, which is kind of cool. And then held it for quite some time. So I had my eyes there, and I was hoping maybe before the bell ring. I was watching. I'm like hoping maybe before the bell that it would come up here and maybe do the same thing again and show that same action, and I would get in there. But I don't know. I think overall I'm happy with the day today. It wasn't the top gainer at the time that I traded it, but there was certainly eyes on when I traded it. And so maybe a little bit out of my rule set, but overall comfortable with the trade. I did go unfortunately with a little bit overextended on that candle, and but I'm gonna go back today and just really look and see, like, okay, if I'm watching early, like, what are my signs? What are the bid and spread doing? What is the tape doing to like give me, and what's the volume doing to give me this what I need to know that the volume's gonna come in here and take this thing off? Because there was a point where it just wasn't moving at all, right? So here's the data. We are back over $1,400, which is awesome. $1,418 in the green since we started this challenge in December, going a lot slower than I thought it would, but we're patient. We're going to keep grinding. I would love to see something a little bit lower price pop. There were quite a few things that popped today, but nothing really kind of held up. NIVF, MNDR was really like a slow burner, and then AGAI was another one that I was looking at. I'll pull AGAI up real quick because that was AGAI. I think AGAE, sorry. Full screen main. So yeah, this is what this one did. Yeah, I mean, this thing came up and right here and pretty quickly, and I'm like, well, man, looks pretty nice. But it just didn't move. I think I'd marked off a line from a daily somewhere. I forget where it was. I forget where I'd marked off where I had to get to, but I'm like, this does not feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable about this stock. Did it have news? Did have news. I don't remember. I just didn't feel comfortable about this action, and it's a penny stock too, which is outside of my range. And but yeah, there was a few things that popped up. But this was how the trade day went. Happy to be green, and we'll be back at it tomorrow, hopefully with something that can be a little bit lower in the price range so I can make a little bit more money. Let me know what you guys think about the 4 a.m. no trade rule. I feel like I should open that up to things that fit the criteria. So not continuation. If it's got new breaking news and all the eyes were on this instantly, I'm sure there's plenty of people who made money on that stock this morning, and I wasn't one of them because it didn't fit my rule. So you guys have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.